Hello everyone, it is me, MrSneakyy, and yes, we are going over today the first couple of days on the game and what I have done, and maybe it gives you a little bit of pointers in the right direction on what you should be looking out for, so stay tuned for more. Hello, so yes, we are going over what I've basically done so far in the game and what I've been leveling up, how I've progressed in the first couple of days, and hopefully those players looking to start an account or is looking to reset their season very soon, you've got some idea of what to do, right? So let's go into it. If you're looking for this type of content, hit the subscribe button, like and comment, and I always generally forget to keep saying it in my bits because I'm so rushed into just telling you the information. I need to put it back a notch, I need to chill out, but here we are, right? So we're going to go over what I've done. So as you can see in the hero section, I have my Nico at level 17. He's almost there at 20, which is great, which is going to almost give him his deputy rights. And then you have Madeline. I've got my marchers like Keller and Chaka and Indis, as well as Pan. And where's the other one? I think that's it actually, right? Basically the 5 gatherers. So I've got all the gatherers leveled up, as you can see. The way I've done this is a way of managing a little bit of resources, right? So one thing you need to know with the gathering commanders is when you go to your talent page quickly, this talent is very powerful, but it doesn't trigger straight away, so you need to unlock it. So one thing to do is in the early game is you need to get some XP books, right? Or you need to get XP. So one thing to do with your heroes is with your first ever day of CP, and you've hopefully been stacking them up. If you go into your inventory and click into your bottom or the 5th section, which is like all your other bits where your keys are and your teleports are, you should have some abandoned puppets to summon some Dark Elena around you. Every time you rally one of these and anyone joins, obviously it gives them that opportunity to get Elena heads, which is great for scrap as well as expertise in her. But on top of it, at the early game, every time you kill her, you get 3,000 XP. And it's better than all of the little bits around at the moment. You can see it's 700 XP around at the moment. It's like 900, 1,100 is like the top you can get. So it's not even like near the same, right? And it's so much easier to do, and it takes so much less effort. So in the early game, if you get those XP books, what you want to do, and this is a very top tip, honestly, is on a hero, say like Ordo, who would be a gatherer for you maybe, you want to use one and only one book on them just to level them up, just once. And by doing this, you can put your first point into Earth's Grace. And it might not seem like a big deal, but that 0.4% chance allows you to then, when you do send them out to a tile to farm, they'll come back and be level 2 or 3. And then you can put all your rest of your points into it. And then they're going to start leveling up, as you can see now, at the same pace as my other commanders. Keller is almost 13. She's catching up to almost past. Yeah, she's past Madeline on gathering just because of the way I've done it. And that was again by spending 1 point, only one 100 XP book, and put it into here. And then you'll get it 3 out of 3. And once you get 3 out of 3, again, you move up. Max out Earth's Grace here to 5 out of 5, and you'll start leveling these gathering commanders up really fast. And you do need to do this so you can gather resources. So that's another point which I'm going to move on to next. So once obviously you've got your gathering commanders going, you can start gathering, right? And it's important to gather on Alliance territory, guys. So this is the big tip for everyone. If you can farm on Alliance territory, you can see everyone here. If you can start using your artifacts to summon the level 7 tiles like I have, as you can see here, you're going to be able to start pumping out flags. And the thing is, a lot of players don't realize when they're, as an R3, or if you're not an officer, basically, you don't know this. But when you go into the territory, and I'm currently just an R4 helping out, as you can see in the Alliance. But as you can see, we're building an Alliance resource center. But if you're going to build a flag, as you can see, the flag requires certain requirements. So you've got to be obviously touching a territory. It has to be so far. You can go so far away, as you can see. I need to be touching, so I can move it around here, and I could get all of that goodies, and it's 11k road, fine. But the most important thing is you can see at the top, and as you can see what's required, I need 8,000 gold, 8,000 wood, and 150k basically like alliance merits. And alliance merits again from either helping out an alliance member with, you know, pressing the help button, doing donations. There's a few different ways of doing it, but they're the main ways you can do it. And then you get your gold and wood, as you can see on screen, passively from some of your flags. And you also get alliance resource from your alliance farming on your alliance territory. So that's why it's important to do that. And if your alliance is good at doing it, you're going to pump out more flags than everyone else. And that's like a big tip for officers as well as the players. So pay attention to way farming, right? So I've done all of that. As you can see, I've done my crystals as well. I've sold out, as you can see on the top bar here, as well as got the 10 extra free heads. If you're looking for just tips, I have done a full guide on this. But if you're looking for just general tips, always grab these legendary hero tokens no matter wherever you finish. It's free legendary tokens to level up your heroes, and for a free to play player it's too important. I always go for the max prestige bits here first, just because I do enjoy having that big amount of XP basically in policies, which I'm going to go over next. And because of that, it allows you to get a big quick advantage in certain scenarios. So now, because I've spent those Yggdrasil crystals, I've got prestige, you're going to be like, okay, let's look at your policies. So for policies, as you can see, this is my first 48 hours, and this is the second day we're currently in. And this is how you're going to run things, right? So I've got everything, basically I did one here, and then I went 3, 3, 3, 3. And then I put, eventually when I could save up and unlock it, I put the point in here. I went across into gem prospecting, and then I started putting a load of points into military expansion, and then I stopped at like 5 out of 15. And then I went back just to give myself a little bit more extra hero XP, because this is, again, it's all about choice and flexibility. But I've gone for a little bit extra, only 5 here on the XP bonus, just to level up my heroes a little bit faster. And then I went back to the military expansion, as you can see. So now it's on 7 out of 8, it's got an out of 22. And this is the reason I'm showing you this, is because you want to get military expansion 2 leveled up first. Because as you can see, you get 1,000 legion capacity every time. And when you look at the other one, you get in 500, 500, and then it goes to like 800, 800, and it's just not worth it, right? So as you can see, it's so much slower on how much it gains, because you're gaining 800 per turn. But if you look at this one, you get 1,000 per turn, so it's just insanely more. You're getting 15k here compared to only 8k there, right? For this, and you're going to be investing time into this, remember. So I put a load of points into this. I'm trying to get this to about 10 out of 15 first, and once I've got this to 10 out of 15 or near enough where I'm happy, I'm going to start putting my 1 point to unlock the next section, as you can see. And then once I unlock the next section here, I'm going to move across again to get this unlocked. So this needs level 5, so I'll go level 5, level 5, level 5, level 5, unlock the free healing here, and this is what I'm going to talk about at the end, and then move across, right? And as again, when you move across, we're going to try and unlock military expansions free as fast as possible, and then invest into this as fast as possible, because as soon as we can get this, it's going to be better, because we have more legion troop cap, and you can deal way more damage and get through the dragon trials, which is important, right? Because it coincide works with it. So that's all the progress I've done so far, and the way to go forward, right, with your policies. The one thing you should be doing as well, if you're wondering, is on the healing side, always go for free healing. No matter what it is, go for free healing. It's because free healing is so much better than resource healing in this game. And the reasoning is because when you click your heal, and you've got your free healing here, if you had any troops to heal, they heal so many units basically per second or per minute. And the higher free healing you have, the higher rate of healing you will do, as well as the more you upgrade your hospitals, as you're going to see here. You increase your free healing and your daily resource healing as well by doing this. And your overall HP bonus at level 25 is just a buff to your units. But the thing to what's important is those daily free healing that you need. So always remember, daily free healing good, resource healing bad, ignore it, right? That's only in stress situations. So as you can see, all I've done in this was I did fight patrols. I fought levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as you can see, and 11. So I can fight all the way up. I'm ready to kill any of these, as well as the Darkling patrols. But as you can see, it's only 2300 XP, and it's not great when you can just rally something and get 3000. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. And that's it, really. That's the start of the season. I hope you enjoyed the video. It gives you a nice little tip, you know, as you can see, on what I'm focusing on this season. This is archers for me. If you're going for mages, again, guys, you can do the exact same strategies I'm doing, but you would pump your XP or use your, you know, cavalry heroes or use your mage heroes instead. So you could have like Valen and Atheus and Waldir and Alwyn all up here instead, and have multiple mages, so you could run 2 to 3 mage marches, right? And then you're going to be in the open field and happy days, because you've got mage marches, right? And you're a free-to-play player. You've got free healing going. You're unlocking policies. It's great. So that's all that side done. I'm going to finish up the guide here with a few extra little bits. So you can see in the Dragon Trials, this was my first day. So I got all the way up to rank 20. I was a little bit, I'd say, lackluster. But in ranking-wise, I was pretty high. Let's see where we are now. We're 319, but as you can see, to get in the top 100, you want to be getting roughly 62, which is only, again, 1 level. So if I complete these 2 levels here, which I'm going to do later, I'll be in the top 100 so far on Dragon Trials, which is great. I'm going to be getting as much of the loot and policies as I can, as you can see, per day. So that's how you progress that as much as you can. If you can't, just stop, don't stress. And then finally is the artifacts. So if you go to the top, I have gone all in on Shadow Blades just because it's too good of a artifact to run for archers. It means you're going to have insane DPS for the raids, as well as insane DPS for overall PvP. It's really good. It's just a big new king artifact for archers, so that's why I highly recommend it. And then I've done MrSneakyy as well for the magic users, because it's a really good artifact. As you can see, it does 2k damage to 4. However, if you do have this one right here, I've only just unlocked it. It's the advanced incantation artifact. When you do max this out, as you can see at the moment, this deals 2800 to Darklings, Dark Creatures and Behemoths. This is an absolutely 10 out of 10 artifact for raids, especially for mages. So if you do have this and you're looking for a artifact for raiding and it's not MrSneakyy, I would highly recommend doing it, right? Because it's a really great artifact to do. And then to finish things up, on the actual side, this event is live. You can spend 1500 gems, as you can see, to get hopefully some goodies. I did spin it 10 times to test it, and honestly, I really just dislike it. I would avoid this now for future games, unless you're a whale and you've got gems to spend. But free-to-play players, I wouldn't spend it on this, because you don't get a free spin. And it's the fact that I spanned 10 times. I did only get the 1 legendary, which was guaranteed. The other 9 were all epics, and it's obviously, for me, that's not great. I was hoping to hopefully maybe be looking at 2. That'd have been nice if you could average out and get like maybe 2 legendaries per 10. It would have been nice, because it's the end and it's a little bit of a reward. And obviously it's 1500 gems, man. It's a lot of gems to do. So, but it is there. That's the last bit of the season start. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's my account. As you can see, we are growing back up. I'm at 14.5 mil. I was at the end of season 15.7, so I've only lost a little bit of power from my heroes resetting, right? But we're still climbing and we're still going. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that gives you guys a little bit of insight on, you know, how I've been leveling up my heroes, how I've been active on my account, as well as obviously you can see we've scouted everything. You know, do your scouting. That's something I haven't mentioned, but you should be doing. Complete your scouting, complete all your caves, get all your free rewards now, so you don't have to do it later. It's nice and easy. It's chilled out here. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I've done in the first 48 hours of the game, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've got direction on what to do on your accounts. I hope, you know, you've learned something today, and if you have, you know, put a comment below, smash a like, and subscribe, guys. I'm always going to be doing these type of contents. I'm here to give you as much information and guide and tutorials on the game, you know, as much as possible, right? So if you enjoyed it, that is the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. So I do want to say peace out and see you later.